Thank you very much, everyone, for joining me today, and a big thank you to Christy, the Stu and the RIU team for putting on such a great conference. They do a great job every year, so well done to them. As I said, a real pleasure to be up here today. If I sound a bit scratchy, please, it's not because of the drink. I've caught this bug last night, and that's what I keep telling everyone, but I'm sure there's a few in the audience that might point to the drink. Look, as I said, a real pleasure. Kali Metals, I'll tell you a bit about that. We're a lithium-focused explorer, and who would have thought just over 3 months ago we listed on the ASX, and what a journey so far. Before I begin, just a little bit about the formation of Kali, if you like. Kali was established from the spin-out of the lithium assets from Kalamazoo Resources, an ASX-listed company, as most of you may know, and Karora Resources, a TSX-listed company. The journey started around January 23, and 5th of January 24, we listed on the ASX. Heavily oversubscribed. Opened and closed in a matter of minutes or a couple of hours. We raised the full 15 million subscription amount at 25 cents, so it was a great, very successful IPO. And as I said, the amount of money we raised, 15 million, we could have raised that a number of times over. So if just a disclaimer, as you all know, I urge you to read, there may be some forward-looking statements there. This is one of the most important slides in the deck, I see. It's really trying to say to you as an audience and as potential investors, what are the things that stand out to Kali that will make you invest in Kali? So I think one of the key points that we've got is we have this massive land package of just under 4,000 square kilometres. It's spread over 3 areas, the eastern goldfields and the northwest end of WA and Pilbara, and our east coast projects over there in New South Wales and Victoria. It's a massive area, and as you'll show as we go through this presentation, we'll start to understand some of why we think it's so important to you and to us. As I said, we've raised the $15 million. We're fully funded for the next 2 years. And we have some very important and strategic joint venture and partners, both pre and post-IPO. Pre-IPO, we had our SQM JV. I'll speak about that a little bit more. And then post-IPO, we welcomed Mineral Resources onto the register, and they picked up 14%. And we're partly responsible, along with a lot of other investors, of taking our share price from the listing price of 25 up to around that, went as high as I think 89 cents. On top of that, and many other people have stood up here in front of you and said the same thing, and I'm going to echo a lot of those words. We have a great board, really top board, top executive team, been there, done that, taken projects through from exploration, development, right through to production, and then of course into the M&A arena. A quick snapshot of our corporate overview, if you like. We currently trade in and around 40 cents, 40 to 45 cents, market cap of around just under $60 million. 144 million shares out there, so not a lot. We have sort of just over 12 million in cash, which makes us fully funded right through for the next couple of years. And our enterprise value just under $50 million. Major shareholders, Kalamazoo with 20%, Karora with 22%, Mineral Resources 14%, and then board and management have on a fully diluted basis just under 11%. As I said, really experienced board led by Luke Reiner. Luke's a bit like the Yul Brynner of chairman, good-looking guy, been around for a long time, and certainly instrumental, and in fact a key figure in putting together all of these assets into Kali. Without Luke's drive, commitment, I don't think we'd be where we are today. Again, surrounding Luke is a very solid board, lots of experience spread right throughout that rank, including sort of some guys that have spent a lot of time in the field and in the production centre. So again, a good board, very supportive, and I look forward to working with those for a number of years. The executive team, as you've seen there, well, you'll see some of the results that come out shortly to demonstrate their capabilities. 3 major assets there. One, as I said, in the Eastern Goldfields, Higginsville, other in the northwest Australia called our Pilbara project, and then obviously over on the east case is our Lachlan Fold Belt. Higginsville, you can see there, a very large area, some 1,500 square kilometres, so large that we needed to break it into sort of 8 separate areas just to make exploration that little bit more easier and more efficient to use. Surrounded by existing mines, the lithium, hard rock lithium mines, and world-class lithium mines too, by the way, and very many advanced exploration, lithium exploration plays. So a big area. You'll see up there on the top part of that left-hand slide, and I do apologise if I go up here, is our Spargos area, and then we'll talk about a Widgie-Milford area down there. They're the focus of our first slot of drilling there, and drilling commenced on the 18th of April of this year, just over 3 months after listing. So again, a great effort. Well, I'll tell you a little bit more of detail of those as we move through the presentation. The Pilbara itself, we sit up there, right area, right location, close to Pilbara Minerals, Pilgangoora operation and Wodgina mine, and the new Tabba Tabba deposit. So we're within kilometres of those. The 3 areas up there, 2 of those are subject to the SQM JV, and that's Doms Hill, the one in the middle, and down to the bottom right-hand corner is Marble Bar, both of those subject to the SQM JV. And then in the middle is Pear Creek, which we fully fund ourselves. On the right-hand side of that slide, you'll see the Lachlan Fold Belt, 2 big areas, 2,000 square kilometres, new area, new lithium province, and certainly looking forward to deliver some results from that very shortly. Bit more detail on Higginsville, if you like. As you can see there, some nice big red dots up there, or shaded areas. They're the soil anomalies. Sitting right over top of those is the rock chip samples that we've taken, grades up to 5% on the surface. Any number of outcropping pegmatites up and down throughout that whole entire Higginsville area. We, as you said, have started our drill program there at what we call Flynn Giles. That's the one in the middle up there on the right-hand side. And then to the south of that, or to the bottom of that, is the Green Flame, which both of those have been drilled. When I say drilled, it's wide space drilling, it's reconnaissance drilling. We're there now to sort of identify what we do have, and then we'll close space that drilling at a later date. We've now moved the rig down to another area called Widgie-Milford, which I'll flick over into a minute. On the left of that slide, you'll see that's the Parker Grub anomaly. That's another one we haven't even looked, when I say haven't looked at, we haven't drilled. We're just waiting on the final approvals for that, and then the drill rigs will move over to there. Again, what we're seeing, the rock chip samples correlate extremely well with the soil anomaly. So certainly looking forward to those results of that drilling. And same with Widgie-Milford. As you can see there, a big anomaly, a couple of kilometres or 900 metres long, this one. Again, good correlation, soils and chips, and the drill rig's turning there as we speak. We expect the results to be late May, early June, and I for one, certainly can't wait to see what they come back with. Our third area, if you like, is Mount Henry. When I say third, it could be there's so many targets there in that Higginsville area. We're working now to prioritise the next lot of targets that we drill, and Mount Henry may well be one of them. Our second major project really is up on the land of the giants. It's a big area up there, big tonnage, good grades, and operating mines, and we're right up there. We're up there with SQM. This is the JV. SQM can earn 70% of that Doms Hill and Marble Bar by expending $12 million over 4 years. They're currently spent around 2.5 and earn 30% of those 2 projects. That's fully funded. I mean, every other dollar of that 15 million that we raised will go into, most of that will go into Higginsville, and some going over into the Lachlan Fold Belt. So again, early days up there. We're now working with SQM to put together this year's budget. And once that's finalised, we'll be up on the ground and making things happen like we have on the other projects. Our third area, if you like, is Lachlan Fold Belt. Again, this is new. No one's really gone chasing lithium over here. There's one other company in there to the south of us. This is, again, if this does come off, I'm telling you, this is going to be one of those ones that people are going to sit back and go, wow, you were first in. And quite frankly, we have to thank Kalamazoo for this. They initiated this. They did the early work, and we're hopefully going to reap the benefits of that. So early days, very exciting. With a number of outcropping LCT pegmatites, we've seen them. We're now doing some soils, we're now doing some rock chips, and those results should be out very shortly. So a number of key takeaways, if you like, for us is, as I said, it doesn't matter what project you got, whether gold, silver, lithium, copper, whatever. The three major things you need for those to deliver value, and that's they've got to be the right asset. They've got to be in the right location. That's the first tick you look for. Then you've got to have the people to understand what you've got. And then you've got to have the funds to be able to go and do the work. And once you tick all those three boxes, then you've got a good chance of being successful. Doesn't guarantee success, but it certainly gives you a good head start. We're there. We've got a number of projects. We're pushing ahead very carefully on those. The drill rigs are turning. The results are due shortly. And quite frankly, I can't wait to see where this all ends up. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I did come in a couple of minutes early. I know what Christy's like. If I step over the mark, she's I said she was a nice lady, but she's quite vicious when it comes to when you sort of overstep your mark, and I'm certainly not going there. So, Christy, I'm early. Thank you very much.